Hello, welcome to my channel. So in this video today, I'm just going to talk about my study routine as a medical student, plus study tips and organization. My name is Basi Ejogba. I'm a 400 level student in the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science. And in my channel, I represent level up their academic game. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that you can also help me grow. One thing is that I like sharing out my study strategies. I like sharing to students out there what's really working out for me, and how they can also how they can also apply it to their own life, and I believe it's also going to work out for them. So in this video, just like I said, I'm just going to give you my study routine. But first of all, I'm going to start with my study routine overview. But one thing is that this is my study routine overview. It changes a lot of time because I am flexible. When creating your study routine, you have to be flexible. You don't have to be rigid that it must be like this, because there are a lot of times circumstances or a lot of time occasions come up that you have to change due to one thing or the other. If you are rigid, you get to find out that you'll be having problems. But when you are flexible, you get to find out that there will be no problem, because everything is just going to be perfect and everything is just going to be fine. So one of my overview, that's my study routine overview, is that during the morning hours, when I just wake up from sleep, that's around 2 a.m., when my brain is still fresh, I tend to focus on the most hardest subject, the current subject I'm facing difficulties on. You understand? I try to focus more on them. Then in the afternoon, I try to revise my notes, and in the evening, after everything, when I come back from school, I try to review what I have studied during the day. But the thing is that this stuff is not reached, just like I've said. So just like I've said here, that in the morning I focus on my hardest subject. There are times that I don't even have time to read in the morning, you understand? Because I study from that evening till around 2, and I sleep off. You understand my point? So it is in the afternoon now that I will, instead of even, like I said, to review what I studied in the day, it's during that afternoon period I will use to review what I studied. That is my all night revision. You get to understand my point. And sometimes in the afternoon, I don't have time for revision. Understand? Because of I'll be at the hospital or will be having lectures at that particular time. The second, how I organize my study space. My study space is something that I always love being organized. You understand? First of all, is that I decluttered my study space. That is, I clear the clutters there. There are a lot of times that I keep plenty book on my table. So whenever I want to study, and I find out that probably I want to study a particular course, let's say physics, and I see biology, I'm seeing chemistry or other unrelated stuffs on the table, what I just do is I clear them off, and I keep only the physics textbook, my physics notes, and my jotter on the table. Because when I do it like that, it's going to really help me stay focused on one stuff that I am studying for. The second is that I use good lighting. Understand? I use good lighting. I bought a reading table at the market for just 5,000 naira. So there are a lot of lighting you can use. But I remember back then when I used candle to read. Understand? I usually use candle for my studies. That was bad actually, because yeah, it will affect your eyes. Understand? And the smoke will make your eye heavy later on. You understand? So I invested in good lighting. I got a lamp for 5,000 naira. So that is how I organize my study space. I declutter out my table, and I use a good lighting. The third is, what is my study tips that works. So sharing my study tips here is something that, drop it in the comment section. I would also love to learn from you the study tip that you are currently using too. So for me, the study tips that work is the active recall method. The active recall method is simply, after finishing reading a particular topic, you close that textbook or that notebook and see whether you can be able to remember what you just read. Understand? So it's something that the moment you finish reading that particular topic, close and try to see whether you can be able to recall what you have read. And in situations where you are not able to recall, you still have the ability and the opportunity to still go back on it and see, excuse me, to see whether you'll be able to remember it and you covered it up. This second study technique or study tips is by using the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is where you break down your study time into short focused sessions. That is, if I'm to read for 1 hour, I will just read for 25 minutes. I'll have a 5-minute break and I'll come back and read for 25 minutes. You understand? By so doing, it's going to ease me the pressure I'm going to give on myself to study and read extensively for 1 hour. Understand? That short break, I can decide to use it to drink water, can decide to just use it to walk up and down and come back. You understand? The third is by teaching what I have just learned. Sometimes I teach, since I stay alone, I teach imaginary audience. You understand? Can decide to teach an imaginary audience what I have just read to see. The one thing is that when you teach someone else what you know, it's going to stick forever. But since I don't have anyone I'm teaching, like anyone that's close to me, I can just decide to teach an imaginary audience. And if there's something I forgot, I can go back to my book and see whether I can be able to get the concept, and I still go back to teaching the imaginary audience. The fourth is by setting specific goals. I already know what I want. If I'm studying biology, I already know that okay, as I'm coming here today, I'm reading for respiration, I'm reading for photosynthesis and stuff like that. You get? So I already set specific goals that this particular study sessions, this is what I want to get at the end of that session. Understand? This is what I want to read, and this is what I want to understand at the end of the study time. The fourth is time management. Okay, my time management is that one of my ways in which I tend to manage my time is that I set priorities. Understand? I give more attention to what is important at that particular time. Setting priorities will really help you save you from unnecessary stress, will save you from unnecessary pressure and stuff like that. So number one is that I set priorities. The second is that I block out time for my for whatever I want to do. That is for my studies. If I want to study at night, the moment is 7 p.m. There's nothing you do on the set that will not make me be on my study table. Understand? So I block out time for my studies. And the third one is that I am flexible. Understand? Since it's 7 p.m., although I'm almost rigid at that particular one, but I'm also flexible. There are some situations that probably you're not at home and it's already 7 p.m. So what are you going to do? Are you going to fly or are you going to jump? You understand? So the thing is, I'm flexible. I try to position myself in a situation that I can be able to switch without actually hurting myself. The fifth is how I stay consistent and motivated. So one of the ways I stay consistent and motivated is that I tend to visualize my goals. For every goal I want to achieve, I visualize it and see like I see my goals before even achieving them. You understand? Because let's assume I want to have a good CGP, I want to build on my CGP this semester, I want to have an A in that particular course, I want to have an A in physics. I tend to visualize myself already having that A, and when I do so, it tends to keep me motivated and consistent to always make sure I study. The second is that I track my progress. For every progress I make, what I scored in my test, that is my continuous assessment, what I scored in my assignment, I try to track them to see how I can be better towards my examination. The thought is that I surround myself with positivity. This is one of the ways I stay consistent. I surround myself with positive people. I surround myself with people who are dreaming bigger. I surround myself with people who are aiming to do better in their academics. So this is my study routine and my study tips and my organization methods. What I use. Watch this video because these stuffs are all helpful stuff that when you apply them in your day-to-day life, they are going to be really helpful. If you love this video, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates anytime I'll drop videos like this. And please don't forget to share this video to your friends so that they can come here and get value, and in turn I'll feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. And to show this video to a larger audience, please don't forget to hit on the like button, because when you hit on the like button, it's going to tell the YouTube algorithm that a lot of people are loving this video, and the algorithm will have no choice than to share this video to a larger audience. And until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you.